Welcome in. What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling? It was like up in this little bun. How was your weekend? How was your week last week? Definitely feeling that spring equinox energy. Definitely feeling that Aries energy, that let's get it. Definitely feeling that. Hey. I think it's a new moon in Aries this week. Yes. Happy New Year. I also got the Oracle cards out today too. I'm like, we haven't done that in a minute. Let's pull some Oracle cards as well. If there are tarot reading. Oh, and to update. So, first off, it's so funny. Hey, Zara, that you're in here, because what I want to say is, if you didn't check out my live yesterday that I did on Instagram with my very, very, very good friend, Zara, she talked to us about hypnosis, and she hypnotized us, and still feeling good from that. So thank you, girl. It's saved on my Instagram, so you can go check it out there. It was cool. It was really dope. It was really, really dope. Also, I am going to be coming home mid-June from to the end of July. I am going to have some in-person sessions available. So stay tuned by the end of the week. Which I'm really excited about. Also open for events. So if there's some events that you think I would, have some fun at, and would be interested in, definitely let me know. If there's an event that you want to host and you want me to be there to pull cards for your guests, let me know. Yes, yo, listen, I'm gonna be outside. I'm gonna be in these streets. Summertime, Baltimore in the summertime is my season. That is my season. And I am ready to be outside. We could. There's a lot of things that I want to do. I just have to figure out the spaces that I can do things. For sure. Because that would be so dope. I would love that. Yeah. And when I do a girls' night in, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. All right, y'all. Let's get into this week's reading. See what the Spirit has for us. Spirit, we call upon you graciously with love and light, and for the greater good of all involved, Spirit. All that are in this space will join us. What is it that they need to know? For the greater good. With love and light, Spirit. We call upon you graciously, Spirit. I'm all warm. Come on. Yes, let's go. You're definitely understanding your next steps. Maybe you knew what your next steps were, but now you're understanding why. You're like, okay, this is why this needed to happen. Really putting, They're saying something about like surrendering in a different way, where instead of you asking like how something is going to go, right? And we're so obsessed with that, like how, when, where, right? Like there is this kind of surrender, like, you know what, let me just stop asking how, because it's so apparent now, it's so clear as to how certain things are going to happen and how certain things are going to go down. You can see it. The mental clarity is there. I'm also hearing that too. The mental clarity is there. You're allowing yourself to see all the things and see what's right in front of you right here, right now. You're not fighting that anymore. This Eight of Swords is here, but I feel like it's more so in the reverse meaning, in the sense of like, you know what, let me not turn a blind eye. Let me not act like I don't see these things. Let me not act like I don't see these tools. We've been talking about tools and using tools, I feel like, all month. Let me not act like I don't have access to certain resources. Let me not act like I don't have access to certain ideas and certain visualizations. I can see it. I can see it. Just because can't nobody else see it, I can see it. And that's all that matters, you know? So this Eight of Swords, there is some clarity with this Eight of Swords. Okay, there is some clarity. And for some people who still might be feeling led by ego, you might be fighting this clarity. We're getting this Five of Wands too next to the Eight of Swords. You might be fighting this clarity. There's something that you don't want to see. There's things that you want to ignore. I'm hearing Spirit loudly. Please don't ignore this. Don't ignore this. Please don't ignore it. Please don't fight it. Don't ignore those red flags. Don't ignore those red flags. If you're dating, do not ignore those red flags. Your health, this is no diagnosis. I am not a doctor. That is my disclaimer. That is my disclaimer. Your health, if you know there's something that's going on with you, or you think there's something going on with you, or you haven't gone to the doctors, go to the doctors, please. And I'm not even saying where there's anything bad, but it's just like you might be avoiding some sort of truth. Okay, so again, this feels like kind of all across the board. There's things that you might be seeing at your job, and it's very hard to ignore, and somehow you are ignoring it. Don't ignore the red flags. Do not ignore the red flags. Okay, this isn't the time. Don't fight it. Don't fight what you see, okay? This really isn't the time. It won't benefit you. Yeah, it won't benefit you. It will keep you from your new beginning. We're getting the Fool. It keep you from your new beginning. This new beginning that you have been praying for. This new beginning. Look at this Eight of Pentacles is coming out here too. This new beginning that you have been working really hard for. This Eight of Pentacles. You've been working really hard for this. You've been doing all of the heart. My heart is open. I'm ready to receive. I'm doing all of the things. I'm visualizing. Da 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 da. You know, they're saying like, but don't ignore the issues. Don't ignore the red flags. Then you will be better equipped and be ready for this next journey. You'll be ready for the things, okay? Come on. And some of you are feeling something coming. I know something is coming. And this is why it's very important. Ooh, listen. Let me tell you, I don't know if anyone else has been feeling this. But she been feeling a little sus. Like some old shit trying to creep back in. You know, some energy trying to creep its way in. It's not showing itself, but I feel like a little energy. And it's just like, I don't like that. Cleansing is very important. Your spiritual bed is very important. Clearing old things. This feels like debris, honestly. It feels like debris. So it's like you did some good clearing and you chop, you cut some cords and you cut some energetic ties and things. But this just feels like there's a little debris. And I'm hearing Spirit say that has to get cleared away too, because you know that something is coming. Okay, we're getting the 10 of Cups. We're also getting that clarified with the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Come on. Some of y'all are worried about money, and I know it's so much easier to say than to, easier to say than do, but like money is coming. 9 of Pentacles is right next to it as well. The Star, 10 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, clarifying the 10 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and 10 of Pentacles. Come on. So you see these things coming towards you, and you see things blossoming. Okay, you see how certain things are transpiring. Okay, and I'm hearing Spirit saying we're talking 10. We're talking long term. Long term. So say for instance somebody's hitting you up about something in the future. You're like, but yo, I need this money right now, right? But it's like, yo, if y'all are planning for the future. If you're planning things for like the next 10 months, like if you already put in certain things in motion, it's gonna be worth it. I'm hearing that very loudly. It's gonna be worth it. So yeah, you need the money right now, and whatever you need is gonna get taken care of. I'm hearing that very clearly. But planning ahead is going to benefit you in a real way. So let's talk about love real quick. Are we really about to repeat old lessons? Is that what we're really about to do? Even though that you've done so much work around it, and you said, this feels like accountability. You said that you weren't going to do certain things anymore, and yet here you are doing the same old shit, looking for a very different outcome, when that's just not how that works. Listen, I'm hearing Spirit say that this will not be good for you. Okay? Get out of there. It's like you're trying to go back and see if there's anything else. Fear of missing out. There's nothing else. Get from them. You're turning your back on a true connection. You're turning your back on something that is more beneficial. I'm hearing that very loudly. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Can anybody pick up what this, look at this. Can anybody pick this up? Like, hello? Look, the 2 full cups are over here with the Lovers. The 3 cups that are spilled over here with the Tower. I mean, come on. Stop looking back. It's giving Mercury in retrograde. Stop looking back. There's nothing there for you. There's nothing there. It's the same shit. And I'm hearing Spirit say something too about like you find some sort of comfort in this person. You find some sort of comfort, but this speaks louder. The behavior speaks so much louder because it's not good for you. Eventually the shit goes left, and that's like happened every single time. Every single time that this has happened. So I'm just hearing Spirit say that, like, be okay with moving on. Be okay with moving on. Be okay with leaving people where they at. Be okay with that. It's okay. It's all right. You are looking for something different. We're getting a Lover's card. You're looking for something different. You're looking for something more real. You're looking for something that's deeper. Okay. The Two of Cups is here. Some of y'all are meeting new people, going to different environments, meeting different people, opening yourself up to a different dating scene. Maybe you're opening up your I don't want to say your requirements or your maybe your limits. So maybe you're like, oh, I'm not going to date anybody I'm not going to date anyone that's older than 2 or 3 years older than me or something like that. You're like, well, let me make it 5. Let me make it 10. Let me see what's out there. Let me broaden my horizons. And I'm just hearing Spirit say that this will benefit you. This will benefit you more. And I'm hearing Spirit say something too about like, I keep repeating this message that like, yo, like we was really in the house for how long? Like there are people that you would have absolutely have met by now because you were in different spaces. You would have been experiencing different things. And there's a bunch of shit that you kind of missed out on. Fine. But you're here now. This whole like... I think it's just so fascinating when we say, oh, going back to normal. This shit is not normal. What I think that I'm even realizing myself is that like we are absolutely in a new world and it calls for you to move and be different for real. You have to show up differently. Like it's something very different about this energy around us right now. And I'm hearing Spirit say something about like, this is the time. Like this is the time where you get to be who you want to be. Fuck it. I'm alive. The celebration and the gratitude in that, like for real, seriously. There's a lot of people that did not make it. And there's a lot of people who, right, they're saying something about, for some of y'all, your whole, yo, where my water at? Where my water? You look at your friend group now compared to 3 years ago, and it's really different. You look at your relationships, and they are really different. And you want something different in your relationships. They're saying something about like, go into these different spaces, go to these different places. There are people there for you to meet and connect with and learn from. Okay, to be in community with. Spirit, can we get a clarifier for this Two of Cups? To be in community with, to share different ideas. Remember, y'all, we're in a renaissance for real. It's the roaring 20s. We're in a renaissance. So this is about being in new places, hearing new conversations, new perspectives, new ideas. Like... So this is why for some of you, when you go to certain places, you're so bored and you're disappointed because you're like, this isn't giving me the same vibe. You keep going to your favorite cafe, of maybe 5 years ago, and it feels really different to you. It's just a different vibe and something, they're saying go to these different places. Let's see this clarifier for Two of Cups. Page of Wands, yeah. Yeah. Go play. Go play. For those of you who work with children, youth, teenagers, young adults, learn something from them and start asking better questions. Start asking questions that actually make them think. That actually make them think about an answer. Not something like their own personal opinion. Nothing that like they can just pull off a fucking TikTok and shit. Their actual feelings. If you work with the youth, I'm hearing something too, and maybe this might be, I don't know, if you've been thinking about working with the youth, or you are currently working with youth, there is some work around mind-body connection, mind-body emotional connection. Mindfulness, awareness, creativity, and artistry. I think, the past few days, my friend has been talking to me about how her son is in school here and how they put so much emphasis on art, that their kids are like really, really good at art because they put so much emphasis on art and artistry and creativity. And this kind of feels like the same thing. Oh, well, what she was explaining to me is that, because we're from the States and because they kind of they come from a southern state, but also I guess a county that maybe just didn't have a whole lot of money to go. It was like what was more important was testing and test scores, not music, not art, not anything, not language learning, none of that, right? So a lot of things got cut. And so she's like, so my son didn't really have a lot of art classes. He only had an art class every week and a half. So once every week and a half, that's not a lot of art at all. And maybe like a 45-minute class. So this kind of feels like, if you're a teacher, if you're an educator, if you're working with kids, art and creativity just being very important. It might also be time for you to play in your artistry and your creativity. Maybe just, again, it just feels like learning from children. Learn how children interact with each other. Little kids, maybe not teenagers because they're little, but but little kids. When you watch a little kid go to the playground, it's like in about 15 minutes they best friends with somebody. Like, as adults, we kind of get in our heads about meeting people and about introducing ourselves. And we also, right, they're like, we live in a world where people are so connected yet disconnected from each other, especially in real life. So just giving yourself those, giving yourself those opportunities to connect, to reconnect with people, to be in community. I told y'all this year is about being in community with others, building new communities. I want to pull some oracle cards. While I'm doing that, if anybody wants a card pull, I'll answer a couple of questions before we move into the after show at patreon.com/conjuredxcoco, conjured by Coco. Shuffle my cards really good. Okay. Let's pull some oracle cards. Wow, look at this. Look at this, as we're talking about reconnecting with people, and being in community. Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Come on. Come outside. Come outside. What else did we talk about? Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Didn't we talk about that as well? Those old ties, old connections, some debris, needing some protection. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? What do we talk about? Wow. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So this is just so interesting because we're getting share your voice, come out of the cave. Look at her. We're also getting protection. Look at them. Boundaries. And then look at this. Break the chain. Another cave. Look at them coming out of the cave. Come out. Get out. Get out. Where are you being called to journey to? So not only are you leaving the house, not only are you going outside, but where are you being called to? Where are you being called to? What's that voice that you hear? Where are you being called? Where do you need to establish those boundaries? Where do you need to call? Where do you need to call your power back from? Who? Who do you need to call your power back from? Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid? Why don't you want to come outside? It's so interesting because people are weird. Like, I feel like, I hear people say that so much. Like, people are weird. They've been in the house so damn long, they don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. But you gotta find your people, though. You gotta find your people. Wow, look at this. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. What does this work? Look at the chords. Do y'all see that? Look at the chords. What is this? This is why I'm like, this is some energy. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Somebody needs to cut cords. Wipe me down. Wipe me down. You need to do some cord cutting. It may be, it is a spring equinox. It is a spring equinox. It is an astrological new year. So maybe again, this is debris. This is just like, no, you can't. No. You can't do it. You can't let that shit in. Yeah. mm. 100K before March. You want to get a general love reading? Okay, listen. Get it off. Get it off. Okay, 100K before March. I wish I could let's see. General love, let's see. Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying. Listen, I don't know why that just came to my head. That was very random. But I also seen the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is here too. Somebody's lying. Stop fucking lying. Somebody's lying. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's your partner. I don't know if you have a partner. Somebody isn't telling the truth. Somebody isn't being honest. And again, even going with the theme of the general reading too, you might not be being honest with yourself. There might be something that you need to be honest. You might need to pay attention to the red flags. Are you in a relationship? Are you in a relationship? Okay. Oh, good. Because I was about to say, baby. So it might be time for you to be honest about yourself honest with yourself and honest with your feelings, okay, when it comes to relationships. And if you're, even though you're not in a relationship, even if you're dating, this might, even if you're dating, even if you are you're just talking to people, you know, they're saying something about like, do not ignore the red flags. Don't ignore the red flags. Okay, don't try to just, I mean, they cool, and I'ma see, they cool, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. Don't ignore the red flags. This is really not the time. You have to learn how to be very particular about the people that you have around you, and the people that get the opportunity and the privilege to be around your energy. Okay, the opportunity and the privilege to be around your energy. Do you understand? You need to look. You need to let, right, and this is about boundaries too. It's like you have to make sure that people understand that it is a privilege to be around you. It is an honor. It is a privilege to breathe the same air as me. It is a privilege to be in community or to share my energy with you. Like, that is a privilege. You need to have that type of standard, that everybody cannot be around you and you cannot be around everybody. I don't know when your last relationship was. I'm also hearing Spirit say that you also have to, this really is about honesty. Okay, it's really about honesty with self, honesty with others. Okay, you have to be honest with yourself at the role that you played in your last relationship. Be honest about that. Be upfront about that. And the last thing that I'll say to you too, if you haven't already started practicing celibacy, I am seeing a celibacy practice happening soon. And I can't quite tell if this is, you know, something by choice or by default. Like, it just ain't happening. You just ain't feeling nobody right now. I'm also hearing Spirit say that you have to take care of yourself, okay? You're getting the Empress. You have to take care of yourself. Self-care is very important. This is also why you have to be honest with yourself. And this is also why you have to be honest about what you want to in relationships, okay? You're getting a Wheel of Fortune. You're being aligned. You're already aligned to meet someone very special. But if you don't, if you're still carrying around the pain of the past, and if you aren't accepting of the nice person, the person who's actually nice, the person who's actually good to you, if you have a hard time accepting that, like, whoa, it's going to be so apparent. It's going to be so apparent that you're having a hard time. Like, this person is actually nice. Why? What is the issue? What is wrong? Nothing is wrong. But you might not be used to that. You might not be used to, you know, somebody being nice to you. Somebody actually interested in you. Somebody that you're actually interested in. Somebody that you actually like. You ever been in a relationship with somebody you actually didn't like? It sucks. Alrighty. Thank you so much for letting me pull cards for you. That was a really good reading. I hope that it resonates. Take what you need from it. And that's it for me. March is booked. My book for April is open. So you can... I lost... That's why about words that got tongue-tied. Book your readings for April. Stay tuned for in-person reading dates over the summer. And yeah, that's it. Peace out, everyone. Like, subscribe, follow, turn your notifications on so that you can be notified when I go live the next time. Men only tarot session is on Thursdays. Please share with the men and divine masculine that you love and care about. All right. Peace, everyone. Have a good week.